Alright, what's up everybody? Welcome back. My name is Nick over here at Project Central, and today we're reviewing a welding helmet. This is the Arcsafe 10.1 inch from Harbor Freight. Picked this up, I don't know, 6 weeks ago, maybe 2 months ago, and we have been doing projects like crazy around here. Welding table, welding cart, hardware store bins. Been doing stuff like crazy over here, and we've got even more coming. But I wanted to just stop and take a second and talk about this welding hood and see if it's any good at all. Alright, so the 5 things we're going to talk about in this video about this welding hood: cost, clarity, consumables, comfort, and cost. Yeah. You dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
What?
Alright, so first up, cost. This welding hood was $139.99 from Harbor Freight. I couldn't find a coupon. It wasn't on sale. I bought it out of my own hard-earned money. And, you know, it's not their, I think they consider it one of the best ones, but it's not their most expensive. They've got one that's a little bit bigger, and they've also got this same hood with a couple different designs. There's an American flag one, and I think there's something else. I've seen this reviewed to another Lincoln helmet, where even the bits interchange, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. But doing some online shopping for one with a larger view area, not just the small view area. See, compare it, the viewing area next to my old auto darkening hood. This one's about twice the size. Trust me, it matters. There are some really cheap options, right? There's some $40, $50 options off of Amazon, but cheaping out on your welding hood is really not the best idea. If it's a fixed shade, yeah, get a cheap one because they're all, who cares? But on an auto darkening one, after your eyes get flashed a couple times, you're gonna wish you spent more money, or at least bought a better brand. So there was a few brands I saw on Amazon that were similar to this. There was one that was called Jackson Safety. It's about $100. It looks like it's decent, probably not a bad option. There's a Miller that they kind of compare this one to. It's about $280. That looks like a good hood. And then I found a Lincoln that was, it looks like it had some bells and whistles that this one doesn't have, but it was over $300. Yikes! In this economy, whoo! So for 140 bucks, not bad. All right, next up is clarity. So I've got 3 different welding hoods. I've got the one we're reviewing, an old auto darkening one, no name brand I've had for like a decade, and big fixed shade. Kind of like this fixed shade one. It's a great backup because it does have the large viewing angle, and you know, it always works. No batteries. Here's what it looks like with the fixed shade hood. Here's what it looks like with the old no-name auto darkening hood. And now here's what it looks like with the Vulcan hood, new Vulcan hood. And this is what all 3 of them look like side by side. Alright, so as you can see, this Vulcan hood did a much better job than the other 2. This is a very clear hood. I was shocked at how good it was. The first time I put it on, I even kind of had a small freak out moment because I could see. It's amazing what you can do when you can actually see what you're doing. It made me feel like I actually knew what I was doing. You know, when you can actually, you know, see, oh, that's where I'm supposed to be welding. Maybe I should weld there. Alright, so this hood does have a couple consumables. First off, the plastic lens, right? They send you, I think, 3. I think there's 3 in here. They send you when you buy the hood. Not bad. They also sell those in 3 packs for about $10, I think, at the Harbor Freight store. So, yeah, the outside lens is replaceable, so that's awesome. Keeps some clarity up. Inside, it does have a battery you can replace. It's CR 2045, I think. If that's not the right number, I'll put it on the screen. But it's like a big quarter-size watch battery. So that, and then it does look like the sweatband is replaceable. That, you know, eventually that will get absolutely wrecked. It's already 80 degrees at 8 a.m. here in Oklahoma right now, so yeah, lots of sweating going on. You know, you spent some good money on this hood, being able to go to the store, get another pack of clear lenses, so you can still keep working and still seeing. Alright, next up is comfort. You bought the hood. You can see through the hood. You can replace the things in the hood when they get messed up. But how is it actually using the hood? I'm going to say pretty good. I like the design of this a lot. Alright, so let's compare the backup hood to the Vulcan hood, right? Big fixed shade hood I've had for a long time. One head strap, it still has the clicky thing in the back, but the padding sucks. It is much smaller, and the padding only goes to here, not up to here. On this Vulcan hood, you have two headbands, which is nice because you can really get it to where it fits wherever you want it on your head. If you want it further back, if you want it further forward, you can make it fit however you want. It's very nice. But the thing I like about it is the padding. The padding here. Oops, let's see here if we get this side. The padding here goes all the way up around your ears. So your ears are padded, your forehead is padded, and you can adjust it to how deep you want it and where you want it on your head. Very nice. As far as weight, it comes in at 1.3 pounds, which feels about the same. I don't know if that really is that big a deal. All right, here on the inside, you have your welding and grinding switch, right? This is how you select between the 10 and up shades and the, 6 through 9 shades, I guess. To be fair, I will not grind with this hood, but this would be a great option for plasma cutting, right? A plasma cutter, you want like a 6 or 7 shade? Correct me down in the comments, please. Help a guy out. So if you're doing a lot of plasma cutting, this was a great option. Throw that selector down, throw it on like a shade 7. You can still see what you're doing. If you're like me, right, work on Jeeps. There's always an axle you're shaving the brackets off of, or you're cutting something off the frame, or whatever. So probably a pretty good option for that. Also, the shade selector, everything works really well. The one thing I will warn you about is if you do use this for traditional grinding while you're welding, make sure that you remember if it's in grind mode or in weld mode. Because if you throw it back on after grinding and you go to strike an arc, you will flash your eyes. So just be careful. But we'll talk about that more in a second. Overall, very comfortable. I really have enjoyed using this. I've used it inside, outside, kind of looking down over stuff, looking up above stuff. The one challenge, obviously, every welding hood that I've ever used, if you get the sun directly behind you when you're outside, you get glare. It's hard to see. So, take that for what it is. All right, last C, cost. We've already talked about price, but this is the intangible cost. Having the ability to keep your hood on while you're working outside and grab another rod, grab the grinder and grind something right quick, clean something off, be able to see your measurements you made on something without having to flip your hood up and off and on all the time. That is invaluable. It's absolutely worth the money to invest in a hood that makes you more productive. The easier something is, the more likely you will to do it, right? So if your welding hood is one less thing you have to think about, you're going to go out there and you're going to work more. You're going to be able to get more done. Maybe it's only a couple % more. Maybe it's 10% more. But that can be huge over the course of a week or a month or a year, right? So investing in a good hood, whether it's this one or not, is absolutely worth the money, especially if you weld a lot. If you got a lot of projects coming up, or you constantly do projects like like me, to my wife's dismay, investing in a good hood is absolutely worth it. Alright, so what have I thought about this hood? It's been great. Peel the plastic off the front, throw a battery in it, adjust the headbands, and you are set. 5 minutes worth of work, and you are ready to start welding. So, I'm going to give this 8 out of 10. That's a very good mark. The only thing that would make this maybe a 10 out of 10 would be ability to use a coupon, first off, right? Vulcan used to have a 20% off coupon, but it's been killed by Harbor Freight. Secondly, the grind mode, right? I talked about that. There needs to be either a button on the outside where you can say, okay, I've got the grind mode on, or there needs to be some sort of indicator where you can see. Maybe it's a light, a little bitty light that lights up, or something that indicates whether the grind mode is on. The last thing you want to do is, blind yourself or hurt your eyes. We're investing in good PPE so that we can do a lot more projects and get a lot more work done. So, overall, 8 out of 10, very good helmet. I've really enjoyed it. Like I said, we've been doing a lot of projects. We've got a lot of projects coming up. I've got an absolute ton of welding to do on my Jeep. A bunch of suspension work. And probably some cage work. And some bumpers. And some sliders. So, lots of welding work to do in the future. But we'll see that at some other point. Let me know down in the comments what you think. Do you have this helmet? Do you have another Harbor Freight helmet? I'm really enjoying this one, like I said. I give it the seal of approval. Alright, do what you always do, everybody. Take care of one another, and I will see you next time. Through the welding hood.